Okay, man. My name is Seth. What's up, man? I'm a business and spiritual consultant. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get used to talking with these, man. I have a lot of difficult. I almost got it. I'm almost good. I don't wear them that much. I only wear them when I go outside. I don't really wear them all the time, bro. You shouldn't. I don't think you should wear them all the time, anyway. But I think I'm gonna wear them when I go outside. I'm gonna wear them for my YouTube videos. I don't know. I think it looks cool. It looks kind of cool. Anyway, yo. So, um, I'm a business and spiritual consultant. If it's your first time joining my channel, and on my other video, if it's your first time joining my channel, on my other videos, which you should check out, right? Which you should check out. I was talking about polarized light, right? And I was talking about tor tourmaline crystals, right? Which is a stone that polarizes light. So, according in the 19th century, according by chemists, tourmaline was actually used by chemists to um, polarize light off of surfaces, right? And the weird thing is this crystal has an electric field to it. It's electrostatic, right? So let's look at a little bit of fantasy here. DC Comics, Green Lantern, one of my favorite superheroes. This guy uses a ring made out of crystal. I'm guessing it's made out of crystal. Uses a ring made out of crystal to create light constructs, right? Whatever he thinks about, he can create it with his ring, right? But the thing about his ring is he doesn't just create like light structures. Those structures can interact with reality. So that's why he creates the old school baseball bat, like the big baseball bat. He's from Brooklyn. So he creates the old school baseball bat and he can swing people with it and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's fun. That's why I like, Green Lantern. He can create whatever he thinks of, as long as he has enough belief in himself and willpower, he can create constructs with his mind, right? And with the help of the crystalline ring. So now, today, I figured out somebody made a video, divine something. Anyway, go check out my other video if you want to know who made the video, because I don't remember the name exactly. But they made a video today, right, talking about tourmaline crystals, right? And that crystal can polarize light. See, they did the video, but they wasn't talking about the polarized light. They were talking about it because apparently it can reflect magnetic waves, right? It could help you with the magnetic condensation that's thrown towards you, right? So that's why they were talking about it. But me on this channel, I was talking about polarized light. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my video, Protect Your Eyes. That's where I talked about polarized light. And the videos later too, I talked about polarized light too. So the thing is, I was also saying that the government is using constructs or using physical constructs to affect your reality, right? They're affecting your reality by implementing situations. They're throwing you in situations. They're not even throwing you into situations. They make situations appear in front of you, right? Because you're fine and everybody else is fine. But since they want to change people's train of thought and they want to brainwash them and they want to make them live in fear and they want to have all the power and they want to corrupt people, they create light constructs just like Green Lantern, right? Because you have to understand, like, most of these comics is a little bit of a reference to themselves, right? Because some of these people, we're nothing but peasants, powerless, brainless, zombie peasants, right? That only deserves to be guided to the slaughter, right? So that's why they want you to believe in God. They're not gonna ask you to believe in them, right? Because you're never gonna you're never gonna like be like, oh, yeah, I'll just pray to these guys. You're never gonna do that. A lot of people would. A lot of people would. A lot of people would, but it would be too hard. So they invented the Bible to make that job a lot easier. Because these guys are probably they're not. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these guys are not descendant of King Solomon. I'm pretty sure they're not even descendant of Nebuchadnezzar. They're not descendants of they might be. Some of them might be. Some of them might be, bro. But humans write books, you know? So it's easy to have this knowledge, actually. In remotely, technically it's easy to have the knowledge because we write our knowledge down, right? And a little bit of a couple schmeckles, you know, a couple pieces of silver can buy you a lot of things, right? So flash forward, everybody that decided to keep the knowledge within the family created this form of secular group. Probably it wasn't named it wasn't the Illuminati, because even the Knight Templar back in the days didn't have access to these things. Most of these things come from Egypt. Knight Templars are European, right? And Knight Templars existed way later down the line. I'm talking about like before Jesus, right? I'm talking about like Egyptians right now, bro. And some of these people that are in the back scenes that we never see their faces, they might be descended of actual Egyptian pharaohs, and their bloodline and the knowledge, they probably still have it, or they probably don't have it, and it's just Europeans that just have a lot of money and they have access to a lot of knowledge, so they just do things, right? But they had a plan intended with all of this knowledge, or they chose a couple of specific things that they could use to control the masses. The Bible was one of those things. Although all that knowledge, all that alchemic and hermetic knowledge was used to create the Bible, man. That's why some of the things in the Bible are true, and some of the things in the Bible are just blatant false lies, like false flags, like, you know, that just straight up nonsense, right? But at the same time, some of the things in there actually make sense. They know how to create a Jesus figure. And I'm not just talking about like they can create gods if they want to. I know they can create gods because I can create gods. You know what I mean? So if me with my my 2 little cents, you know, with my $2 in my pocket, I can create a god, then these guys can definitely create gods, and they definitely created gods, bro. Like, they created some of us, bro. Like, there's a lot of people, check this out, right? You kind of jealous and you kind of recalcitrant and you don't want to accept the knowledge. So when I say things like that, you're gonna be like, oh, well, he thinks somebody created him, I can't have my mama's womb. See, that's the kind of, you know, baby person, I don't need you around kind of people. Like, no offense, but I know how you think and you're not ready, right? But for everybody else that's ready to hear the truth and they're on here to listen to the truth, you know, or that want to become God or whatever, or they want to be a Sith Lord like me, well, you know, you're going to listen to this shit because this shit is true, right? Jesus did exist, but he was created. He was created. Like they knew that their actions were going to create Jesus. And it's not just that there was one Jesus, there always is a Jesus. You see, the thing is, all this energy that they're throwing around, negative and positive, right? It has to end up somewhere. Like, the laws, you can't it's like the laws of perpetual motion. Perpetual motion is inexistent. The reason because of the reason why you can't have perpetual motion is because somebody has to spin the wheel, right? So if you're capable of doing hermetic practices, if you don't want me to say the word alchemic because nobody knows if alchemy actually does work, so I'm gonna say hermetic, right? But it's actually alchemy. But since you're using hermetic principles, right? If you're using hermetic principles to do evil things, to do negative things, you're on the other pole. And trust me, these guys know that very well. And they intended for all this shit to happen. They are the Bible. They are God. Okay? So you're on the opposite end of the pole, right? So you're on the opposite end of the pole, and you're just sending arrows and sending missiles and shit, like just waves and vibrations of negative energy. It's gonna hit everybody. Everybody's gonna get hit, right? And they're gonna get hit for years, decades, millenniums, eons, and so what and so on, right? But the problem with that is, it's not that it's not gonna work. Of course it works, or else they wouldn't do it. So it works, but the problem is you have to understand that every so often you're going to create a positive pole too. So it's like the old witch rule, right? If you send a spell to somebody, that spell is gonna come back to you thricefold. So if you do a spell on someone, that spell is gonna hit you 3 times, right? So if you wish to harm somebody with a spell, you're gonna get hit by 3 bad things yourself for 1 spell, right? So these guys are just sending them vibrations and wave vibration to control the masses, but they also understand that mathematically, all that energy has to land somewhere. Like, it has to stop at a certain pole. Somebody has to be the conductor of all that negative energy. So that's how you create Jesus. That's why his name is Jesus. He is us. Or for some people might think he is Zeus. Jesus. Jesus. So the thing that happened is, there's not just one Jesus. There's a lot of Jesuses. Right? There's a lot of Jesuses. And they created, and they know that these people come around. And at some point, whether you like it or not, you're sending all that negative energy, and somebody is responsible. And it's not easy to know who you're creating. Right? It's not like they can keep track of us. They can create situations. This is one of the reasons why they create situations around us, to keep us in fear. And especially like if you're indigo or a star seed or a god body or a seven star god and shit like that. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm tripping. I've been watching the Silent Netter. I've been watching Silent Netter, so I'm tripping. But when you're a god like that, right? When you're a god body, because god body is the right word for it. It's such a on the nose word, bro. Like, it's a better word. Like, indigo. I like indigo too. When you're indigo, right? It's not easy for them, since there's so many indigo people. It's not easy for them to know which one of us is actually the conductor of that negative energy. So what's easier to do, and maybe we all are, right? Most assuredly, we all are a conductor for that negative energy. So that makes us responsible for transmuting that energy back into positive, whether we like it or not, right? But the thing is, they don't have the time to deal with us, personally, one after the other, right? And even if they did, there's no point into doing that, because there'd just be another one We don't die, we multiply. You know what I mean, bro? So what they do is they affect our minds. See, if they keep us in fear, if they keep us in check, and they keep us in fear, they lower our spiritual strength. First of all, secondly, we doubt ourselves, and thirdly, if they get lucky, maybe sometimes we kill ourselves, right? So I hope this was educational. I'll see you guys on the next video. My name is Seth. Have a good one. Peace out.